Hi again. I have been away in the world doing a million things and focusing on a million other things. Um, However, I am very lucky in that my new day job affords me the ability to immerse myself in Spanish language. Um, so that's been my focus. Um, I was working. I'm working for an independent grocery store, a small independent grocery store chain that at this location has like 300 people, and at least half of them speak Spanish as a first language. A lot of them only speak Spanish. So I get to use Spanish all day, every day. And also because of this job, I can afford to take lessons again with Lingoda, which is awesome. This is not sponsored, by the way. Lingoda, please sponsor me because I never shut the fuck up about Lingoda. And yeah, it's really cool and awesome. And I'm using it so much to the point where when I'm not working, like on my days off, I'll listen to something or I'll do something or I'll go out and whatever. I'm like, oh, I'm only speaking English. And it's really cool. And I feel very blessed as someone who studies languages and is interested in languages. Um, but I don't know, it's really funny because I'm using it all the time. And Spanish was not the first language I studied, was not the second language I studied, but it's the most prevalent where I live. It's one of the most prevalent languages. English and Spanish is what most people speak where I live. Um, so I'm very lucky in that I have access to that I have this opportunity to be in a place where I could drive down the street 5 minutes and go to the store and everybody there speaks Spanish. So it's very cool and exciting. Um this is a spontaneous video, by the way, if nobody could tell. And yeah, so I've used Lingoda in the past. I like it a lot. I like the structure in that it doesn't feel formal, it doesn't feel strict, and you and the teacher and whoever else is in the class, you guys just read through the lesson together. You can look at the lesson before the class, you can kind of prepare. Um, it's very low pressure, but you get a lot out of it. It's it's not stressful, and I think it's awesome. And it's for me, like in the past when I worked with Lingoda or when I used Lingoda, we're gonna do a camera tilt, camera tilt, camera tilt. When I used Lingoda in the past, I noticed for me an immediate increase in how quick I am to use Spanish. Like I don't think anymore about a lot of stuff. Like I'm just like I don't have to think about it. I'm not translating from English to Spanish with a lot of stuff. Lingoda helped me feel more comfortable. And I mean, Lingoda is Lingoda. If you want to use it, you can. You don't have to use it, but you can do that with anything. You just have to sit down and force yourself to speak it or write it for an hour, or find somebody to speak a language with you for an hour. And that'll increase your comfort, your the ease with which you use a language. Um, so that's awesome, and I feel very blessed. Um, Aside from that, I am listening to a lot of music in Spanish. I'm trying to read more in Spanish in my downtime, but I pick up the book and I get in bed, or I pick up the book, I read 2 pages, and I get in bed and fall asleep. So, me personally, I need to find a better routine for that. I also have a grammar workbook, which I was so excited for. I was like, this is going to change my life. I'm going to work through this book and be so good at Spanish, blah, blah, blah. And then I've done, maybe just a few pages of it. But, that's another routine habit thing. Yeah, so that's it for me. That's my brief, maybe a year ago update on my very fascinating YouTube channel about language learning. Um, and yeah, I'm very happy. I feel happy, but I also feel like anybody that studied a language, they'll, it's almost like the more you know, the more you discover that you don't know. It's even, you think about your native language, there's words that you don't know. There's words that you never use or you're not sure what they mean. So learning a different language, there's already that hurdle of, okay, I'm an adult. I communicate in such and such a way in my native language, but now I'm using a different mode of communication and I don't have the same tools. I don't have the same level of fluency, of comfort, of sophistication that I'm used to convey my ideas. So that's something you have to get used to. Yeah, it's interesting though. It's like some days I feel like I said I'm so like quick to do it. I just like whatever I want to say in Spanish at work, and I just feel it feels automatic. But then other days it's like someone comes up to me and they're talking to me, and I'm like, see, you know, you just are like, what? Your brain doesn't. I don't know. It's a lot. Learning language is very interesting and cool, and I love it. Yeah, but I think that's it for me. I think that's it for my fascinating YouTube update on my language studies and still chugging away at Lingoda. That's really it. That's the only update from me. I hope everybody is well and talk to you soon. Ciao.